More and more people are reporting that after getting bitten by a tick, they immediately develop an allergy to red meat, something that's well documented in Lone Star ticks called Alfa Gal Syndrome. The Lone Star tick, which is easy to spot because of the distinctive white dot on its back. And infected ticks were extremely rare, but over the last year, cases of Alfa Gal Syndrome have skyrocketed. Headline after headline, all asking the same question: how could a tick-borne illness suddenly be impacting so many people, not just living in rural America who spend a lot of time in the woods or on a farm, but in suburban America as well? And right on cue, the left want to blame the entire thing on climate change. The world is warming, they say. And if you bring up this topic, you are immediately labeled a conspiracy theorist, but I do not care. We think there is more to this story. Enter Dr. Matthew Lau at the World Economic Forum when he said this.
People eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then it would actually really help the planet. There's this thing called the Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
Oh, well, isn't that interesting? And then you start to connect the dots even more. You realize that Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation spent millions of dollars funding genetically engineered ticks. He even tried to develop a tick vaccine. Gates is also a major investor in lab-grown meat. And suddenly we've got 450,000 Americans living with a rare tick-borne illness that makes people allergic to meat, and the left want us to think this is all just a coincidence. Josh Draper is a North Carolina cattle rancher whose life has been changed permanently by Alfa Gal Syndrome. Josh, it's good to have you. Can you take us through what happened to you and what daily life is now like for you?
Yeah, Rob, thank you so much. So probably a year and a half ago, and let me be clear, this is something that's very prominent where I live. All of my neighbors have it. My stepfather has it. Everybody around me has this affliction, this Alfa Gal. Believe it or not, I found a tick on me that actually set up camp kind of in my belly button, which is kind of funny, but a little bit odd. And, I didn't notice it for a couple days. This disease apparently can only be contracted after the tick has been on you for a certain amount of time, whether that's 2 hours, 4 hours, 24 hours.
Right.
But I had a tick latch onto me for that long. Now, since then, I've been bitten and pulled off many ticks. I'm a farmer. I'm outside all day long. I'm a cattle farmer, and I can't eat my own beef, which is very concerning.
You cannot eat your own beef?
No, I can't even eat my own beef.
What happens when you have red meat?
So with some people, they can have an anaphylactic reaction, where your throat swells up and closes.
Yeah, it's deadly. It can be deadly.
Yeah, it is. It can be totally deadly. I was issued an EpiPen to carry with me. I worry about even being around cattle, like just being around the animals can trigger some people. I've heard tale of folks driving by a Burger King and just the smoke coming off of the grill triggering a reaction.
Wow.
But with me, I started having some symptoms, and this is something that's super important for other people to know. I just started feeling tired, and I attribute it, I'm 49 years old, and I attribute it to, well, I'm just getting older. Oh, it's hot. I'm tired, but it was different. So
let me ask you. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
If there's anything that we can do on your platform here is to bring awareness to physicians to start testing people for these tick-borne illnesses, because I had to ask. Like, all of these symptoms weren't picked up by my physician. I had to ask.
And you had to ask. Do you think you were just unlucky, or do you think these ticks are being genetically modified and there's more of them and they're being modified to make people allergic to meat?
It's a mighty big coincidence, isn't it? That folks are doing, and folks in business that make fake meat are out here doing bioengineering, testing ticks and trying to come up with vaccines and such. It would be a heck of a coincidence that this isn't something that could have been man-made. I don't know if it is man-made. I can't put my finger on it, but it's a mighty big coincidence.
I agree. As a rancher, have you heard anything about ticks in boxes appearing on farmland, just out of nowhere?
I've seen a lot of it. I run a social media channel called Stony Ridge Farmer, and we talk about this on the channel. I think it's a hoax. I honestly think it's a hoax until I see it. And if there ever were a farm to be targeted, it would be mine because it's pretty high profile when it comes to the social media world.
And I just want to ask you about this. This is the other part of the story. There's a whole nother part of the story. 2026, again, headline after headline, 2026 expected to be the worst season we've ever seen for Lyme disease. We keep seeing that. The media keeps telling us that. And then wouldn't you know it, Pfizer, all of a sudden there's a USA Today headline, why this tick season could be the worst in a decade. And then wouldn't you know it, Josh, Pfizer is developing a new Lyme disease vaccine. Do you think there's some connection here to what's going on with ticks?
I don't know, Rob. Follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the money. I don't know. I can't really speak to that, but in my mind, it just seems awfully coincidental that we're selling vaccines now. Did we come up with something to cure? I don't know. I really can't put my finger on it, but I think you'd have to question it, especially when you wake up one morning and you just can't eat meat anymore. You can't eat red meat. No mammal protein whatsoever. You can eat
and
fish,
the Bill Gates
chicken.
connection as well. Josh, I hope to have you back, and I hope you're doing better the next time we see each other. I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry that a lot of people are going through this. Thank you,
I appreciate
Josh
it.
Draper. All right, when we come.